Okay, so let me start by saying good evening, everybody. Charlie, you're welcome. So let's get to it. Today's topic is going to be finding your prompting identity. Its subtitle is Personal Branding for Prompt Engineers and AI Creators. Under the umbrella of prompt engineers and AI creators, you have AI coders, lyricists, artisans that use or artistic people that use AI for their work-related activities. So let's go. Let's just shoot to it. What is personal branding? Is the first thing we will deal with. Your personal brand is how people perceive you and your work, your style, your values, your vibe. When people see something that comes from you, they they should know that this stuff can only come from you. For example, I go by the pseudonym Mad Max in some online platforms. And in those platforms, I create softwares, but I don't want my name on the software. And there's a way I design my software. There's a logo I put on my software. So the name I use is basically Mad Maxim. That's the name, Mad Maxim. And when people see a software that acts a specific way or looks a specific way, they see my logo to it, they know that, oh, this is Mad Maxim that did this. But they don't know who is behind Mad Maxim. They just know that, oh, it's Mad Maxim. You understand? So it's the way people perceive your work, the style, the values, your imagery, and so on and so forth. That's your personal brand. It's not just your skill, it's your story, your energy, your impact, your energy, most importantly, the energy, the architectural structure of your work. That is your personal branding. So I tend to say you should think of it like an your AI prompt fingerprint. When people see this thing, they should know it's you. Like example, if I see your prompts, if they show me some people's prompts now in this class, I will be able to know that, oh, this person is this person that is prompting like this. So it has to be unique, memorable, and powerful. So let me go back here. Finding your prompting identity is the topic. Finding your prompting identity. I also want to say something like developing your prompting identity, since many people are still in the development phase. So moving on, why does this identity matter? Why does your prompting identity matter? It matters because it is a creative skill. It's not just technical, it's creativity. You understand? Example now, Sonny that used his number six to deceive his AI to give him prompts that he used to prompt his AI. That is a creative skill. You are being creative by doing that. Take it or leave it. Unknown to you, if I'm sure you yourself you did not know until when GT was saying this is actually nice. Then I read the prompt and I knew, oh, Sonny has tricked his AI. You understand? So your identity helps people understand your value. When they see your job, they know it is you. And they know that, oh, this is this person's worth by just mere seeing your work. You understand? Example, someone that sees that you're a structural designer would actually think you are a well experienced architect. You understand? And that will it will jump your value up. If you go and put that thing on LinkedIn, I'm sure you will start getting engagement immediately. You understand? So prompts are your products. Your prompt is a product of your imagination. Is a product of your critical thinking. Is a product of you engineering your brain into developing something that you can instruct the AI with. So, and the end result of this is to actually solve problems. In fact, that is the basic use of your AI to solve problems. So clients want results, not just vibes. It's not they don't just want to see they want results also. They don't just want to see you designing in a particular way or one particular design that is common. Mm-mm. They want to see that this design, this this structure can actually give result. This software actually gives results. So if your prompt saves time, teaches better, or creates magic, then that is your brand. The purpose of this class is to make you understand that from your prompting alone, you can discover your niche. You understand? Many people are already discovering things in this class that they want to go into thanks to the power of AI. People are redefining their dreams, redefining their ambitions based on the power of AI. An example is myself also. If you had told me last year or 2 years ago that I'll be in front of a mic teaching people, I would have said it's a lie because I'm actually not a good teacher. I don't have patience that much. But even the way I'm developing my own teaching skill self is even amazing to me myself. And it's all thanks to what? It's all thanks to AI because one way or the other, I'm structuring myself. I'm asking my AI, it's giving me plans, it's giving me structure, it's giving me pattern to be able to teach you guys better. And as long as I'm following that pattern, then I'll be able to deliver to you guys. You understand? So people are redefining themselves with the power of AI by discovering what they can actually do with AI. So this is why I will still say it, your prompts matter a lot. And the identity you build around your prompt also matters. So don't just prompt in a specific kind of way. Understand? Have a structure to your prompt so it is unique to you. In the beginning of this class, I told you people something. I said you should have a relationship with your AI whereby you can actually ask your AI to write a company document or write a document or something and sound like you. Like it should be like it's your replica. Like you actually did this thing yourself. You understand? Because that now you're saying that your prompting or how you prompt is becoming your identity. You have to be one with your prompts. It must come from you yourself and be unique to only you. Moving on. What makes a prompt or a prompting identity or a prompt identity? Now, the elements that makes up your prompting identity, your skill, your style, and finally your value. Your skill, what prompt type you design, what type of prompt you design. Example, I'm the kind of person that I like to use role-based prompts sometimes. That's my style because why? I like to put my AI in the niche, in the domain I want it to deliver me, to deliver result for me in. I'll put it in that domain or in that niche and I ask it to deliver based on the experience. Sometimes I even use words like as an experience something. Sometimes I use even I go as far as saying based on your experience and intelligence as an AI. Tell me so. You understand? Trying to tweak the AI into digging deeper. You understand? Example, tutor prompts, image prompts, and AI agents. Tutor prompts, like for me now, the kind of prompts I use with my AI to be able to teach you guys. You understand? Like develop all this my materials I use in teaching you guys. It's all AI. But in as much as I like using AI, I also like using my hands and my head too most times. So it won't look as if I always want to have some originality to it. But in that way, I'm also teaching my AI to be as original as myself. Understand? So over time, it will learn that. Your style, how your prompts sound, that's your style. Like I said before, I can read prompts, a list of prompts from students in my class, and I'll be able to ascribe each prompt to a particular person. Yes, because I've come to see you guys how you prompt, the kind of structure your grammar has, and so on and so forth. So I can actually say, oh, this person is this person that prompted this, is this person that prompted this. So your prompts might be friendly, stepwise, persona rich. I hope you guys understand that. Like when you, like, example, Charlie. Charlie talks to his AI as if he's his twin brother. In fact, his AI's name is Charlie. He named his AI Charlie. So if he wants to talk to his AI, he say, hello, Charlie. And the AI responds. You understand? That's a friendly style he operates his AI with. That's his own style. That's why I said it again. If I see any prompt that they write, hello, Charlie, I don't need to know or to guess whose prompt it is. You understand? Then your value, what results you deliver. Very important. I always tell you guys, in as much as you're using AI, The AI is not as smart as you. You are the guide. The AI is the ship. It's where you guide it to go to. So always learn to use logic more, be the one to generate more of the logic. Then prompt your AI based on the logic you generated in your head. So an example is your values might include things like the speed at which you can uh, deliver a particular job with your AI or with your using prompts, the clarity of your prompts, clarity of the results your prompts give, your creativity. Example, Sonny. I'm very proud to be using my students as example because if you follow me on TikTok, you see yesterday when some of you came into the group, I was actually bragging with you people because yes, you guys you give me bragging rights, and I'm very proud of you. And safety, what safety patterns or what safety precautions you take into consideration when obtaining results from your AI. Now, moving on. Steps to develop your prompting identity. Now, the number one is ask yourself, what type of prompts do you enjoy? I taught you guys types of prompts, role-based prompting, prompt chaining, and the rest. So, what type of prompts do you enjoy using? Do you just like prompting? Do you like role-based prompting? Do you like prompt chaining at once? So everything well chained to deliver good results? What type of prompts do you enjoy? You have like tutor prompts. Example, this is for you to discover your identity now. Tutor prompts. This is for people who want to be teaching people, who want to be teachers. Now, the type of prompts you use as a teacher is different from the type of prompt you use as someone that creates imagery using AI. Different from the kind of prompt someone would use who is a content creator online. Image generation prompts, chain of thought reasoning. Chain of thought reasoning, they call it COT. There's this COT actually. I think I'll make this COT the topic for Monday's class because this COT is another in-depth way of prompting. Yes, this one here. You see, it has sorry, I can't draw a perfect circle. So it has the brain behind it. You see this chain of thought here? It's like you technically using your head to develop reason. It's like psychological way of prompting. I'm telling you, it's the psychology of prompting. That's what chain of thought is. I would not like to go in depth into it so as not to take our time so much. But just know I'm actually going to go and make it a topic of its own by next class. So we can have another perspective of ways to prompt. So another way you can know your strengths in order to be able to develop your identity is by what results you have gotten. You understand? See, immediately Sonny was able to develop a structural engineering diagram or plan of a house. Immediately, I never knew Sonny wanted to become a structural engineer until today because he found out that he could actually do this thing. And I don't know how he or the steps or the process he went through before he was able to get that diagram. But I'm sure it was interesting to him. That's why he was able to come out and say he has been wanting to do it. And now he's seeing that he can do it. So he's going to put more effort and learn more. You understand it? Based off of the results he got, he's redefining himself, redefining his dreams, and repositioning himself. Now, example of results. My prompts helped 10 students pass a quiz. Me, my own prompts now is helping you guys develop. So one way or the other, I'm leaning towards the tutor prompt. You understand? Because now I'm seeing you guys and I'm seeing that I'm actually doing something that is satisfactory to me myself. Albeit there is no financial gain, and I'm actually going to have to be struggling extra. But there is a type of satisfaction I'm getting from it. And the good thing about it is this, you might think that you're after money, you're after money, you're after money. Oh, my connection. Okay, it's good. You're after money, you're after money, you're after money. But just know something, when you start doing something, you should actually be after knowledge first. By the time you get the knowledge and you perfect that skill for which you are gaining that knowledge, then the finances will just start running in. The finances will start coming in automatically. This is another word of advice. Don't always go after money initially. Always go after knowledge. A knowledgeable person is already rich. The only difference is how he intends to implement that knowledge he has. You understand? Now, my image prompt got 500 likes. Charlie is doing this too. Charlie is using AI to edit pictures, to develop images, and Charlie always tries as much as possible to post every day on social media. In as much as I can't be liking all his posts, I can't be keeping up with him because he's always consistent. And I will still tell you today, Charlie, keep your consistency. It will pay off surely one day. So continue being consistent. I know you've not made up your mind what you want to be doing in the online lifestyle, but keep doing it. One way or the other, you will find something that you do one day that will to just click. Then that way now you've discovered yourself. You've discovered where you should be based. Shally, I see you. Don't worry. I'm just getting your message in chat. So, what's all this? Oh, let me clean this thing. Is my are you guys listening? Are you there? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, we are hearing you, but it's breaking. So
Oh, yes,
we are
I'm
hearing
seeing
you.
it. Because I'm trying to do some things and my network is not okay. Okay, good, good. I think I'm good now. So, moving on. Activity. Now, I want you guys to do this activity as you're listening. Now, I want you to write three prompt wins, three prompts that have actually given you results. You understand? Just, I know you guys have had many prompts because prompts is one line, one line, one line, a chain. You understand? Role based. You guys have done many of it like that, but I want you to think back and just write down three prompts that have actually given you results, satisfactory results that you feel like, with this prompt made me discover this thing and I think I'll work on it. Then you just add one area you want to improve, one area of your prompt or one area in prompting that you want to improve. I hope you understand. Like now, for example, uh, Sonny discovered how to use AI to develop structural diagrams. The prompts that you use to generate that prompt that you use to prompt your AI to get the structural diagram. So for the chain of talk, but I hope you understand. That is actually a prompt win. That's a win. You get. So that prompt should be important to you. Then one, just out of the three, look for one that you feel if you work on it, or if you work on the structure of this prompt, it should be able to give you more. It's just something, an exercise for the brain. It's not something you should overwork yourself on. No. As I'm talking, you can be doing it. You can just be going through listening at the same time. Just remember, trying to remember the prompts that actually give you that kind of feeling and just write it down. There's a reason why I like when people write when I teach because even myself, I've developed myself to the point of I have a book, I always write things a lot. In fact, I carry it everywhere I go. So do not forget something. Your prompt history is your brand story. Do not forget. That's why I always tell you guys, always post your prompts. When you are posting stuff on LinkedIn, always post the prompts that got you there. Do not just post structural diagram. GT, welcome, welcome. Don't worry. I can do a run back for you, but I'll do it. Just hold on. Let me finish this page. So, always post your prompts on LinkedIn. Don't only post wins. Post your struggles. Post your failures because from posting failed prompts, someone with a better idea will come and laugh at you and say, ha ha ha. This is not how you dey prompt, this is not how to prompt now. If you want to prompt, you do it like this, you do it like this. You've stolen an idea from that person. Maybe he's trying to mock you, but you've taken something from there. Some people will just mock you and go and not give you anything. But definitely, some will mock, give you correction. Some will not mock, they'll just plainly give you correction. But it's not your choice to don't care. Your own is to just develop. That's what you're after. The pursuit of knowledge. Develop. So let me run down the topic for GT. GT, today's topic is finding your prompting identity. Your personal branding for prompt engineering. So that is personal branding for prompt engineers and AI creator. So your prompting identity is how people perceive your work based on your prompts. Understand your style, your value, your vibe. It's not just your skill, it's your story, your energy, your impact, the amount of hustle you put into developing your prompts to get results. Understand? So just think of it like your AI fingerprint. Understand? Your prompts should be unique to you yourself. It should be your identity. It should be unique to you. It should be memorable and powerful. Your style of prompting should be unique to you. Anybody can copy your prompt. There's no problem. But the continuation of your prompt is where the person will get problem. Because only you know how you started the prompt. Then only you know how you started the prompt. Everybody else can see the beginning of the prompt. In fact, everybody can see the continuation to the end of your prompt. But if you give those same people another assignment to do, they cannot still prompt the way you prompt. So that's why I said it should be unique to you yourself. So moving on, why does prompting identity matter? Because prompting is a creative skill. It's not just technical. It's actually you thinking with your head, developing chain of prompts or developing prompts chains in your head and using it to get durable results from your AI. So it's a creative skill actually. It's your identity, and your identity helps people understand your value. Understand? Prompts are products. Why? Because prompts actually solve problems. Understand? If they employ you as an AI prompt engineer, everybody can prompt. But there's a reason why they called you specifically to prompt. Because someone has read through your prompt and I've seen that your prompt actually displays how you think. It displays the creativity in your head. You understand? And clients want results, not just vibes. They want to see results. So from what they see that you are doing with your prompts, they will actually want you. So if your prompt saves time, teaches better, or creates magic, then that's your value. You understand? That is your value, that is your brand. So moving on for GT, I hope you can just catch up. So what makes a prompting identity? I said the elements that make up your prompt identity is your skills, style, and value. Now, in skills, we say what prompts types you design. What type of prompts do you come up with? Tutor prompts, image prompts, AI agent prompts, and the rest. You understand? How do you prompt number? That's number two. Your style of prompting. How do you prompt? How does your prompt sound? We all know Charlie now. I use Charlie as an example. He calls his AI Charlie. He's friendly with his AI. You understand? So he uses a friendly tone when he's relating with his AI. That's his own style, and it gives him results. We have stepwise, we have personal reach, and we have strong prompt. We have people that actually curse out their AI to get results. That's their own style. You understand? Like sometimes I call my AI very dumb. I tell him you are just a dumb AI. Because why? Because when I ask you to do some things, and he often apologizes, say, I'm sorry I cannot meet up. Of course, you are a human being. He's an AI. You are not on the same level. You understand? That's why when people say robots will take over the world one day, take over humans, I just always laugh at such people. There's no how a can be as smart as a human being. So number three is your value. Value is based off of the results you deliver, the speed of of you being able to deliver a particular assignment, the clarity of the assignment, the creativity behind it, or the creativity actually the creativity of the prompt behind it, and the safety of the results you are giving. That's what makes up your prompting identity or your prompt identity. So moving on, this is just a business. This is like I'm teaching you guys how you can give yourself an image in the business space, in the professional space. So I also said you should know your strengths. That's the first way to develop your prompting identity. Always know your strong point. What type of prompts do you enjoy using? Tutor prompts, image generation prompt, chain of thought reasoning. I said I'll use chain of thought reasoning as a topic for Monday's class. So if you enjoy these tutor prompts, then you should know that your line of prompting is for you to be writing up or teaching or instructing. You understand? Image generation prompts. If you actually enjoy using prompts to generate image, then you should know your line already. I used Sonia as an example. Sonia has already discovered how to use prompts to develop structural designs, and he's already discovering himself in that aspect. Understand? So that's like architectural prompt, or what should I call it? I think yes, that should be right. Excuse me. So what type of result have you gotten? Example, what I do mostly for you guys is tutor prompts, but that's not actually all what I do. I only do it because I have to teach you guys. I still create bots, I create softwares, I create apps also. But for you people, I use tutor prompts. An example is my prompt helped 10 students pass a quiz, but in this case, my prompt is helping you guys develop yourselves. My image prompt got 500 likes. That's the image I developed with my prompt, got 500 likes. Understand? Charlie does that also. I know many of you already, you can see that many of you are doing things, but you don't know that this is what you are doing. But you're actually doing big, big things. So I also gave an activity. I said everyone should write out 3 prompts that they can remember that actually led to some kind of self-discovery or some kind of advancement in their prompting story. And also they should get one area they feel they can improve in this prompt, out of these 3 prompts. You should write out 3 prompts you feel has actually led to you discovering that, oh, I can do this. And one area you think if you develop this area, you actually prompt better. And I said, your prompt history is your brand story. I told you people to write out what you want to gain from this class, what you want to become, what you aspire from the class. You understand? Whatever it is you aspire to be, that's your brand. The prompts that got you there is your story. That's why I always tell you, always put your prompts when you post on LinkedIn. Don't just put what you use it to do, what you do got. You don't just post website. Oh, I just built this thing with AI. Where is the prompt? Always post the prompt also. So moving on to step 2, pick your prompting vibe. A teacher vibe. Remember, if you're going to be using the tutor prompt, you should be clear, patient, helpful. That's the vibe you should be giving off. You should ask the AI to give up. To give off. Like when you tell the AI something, like me now, when I want to teach you guys and I want to use AI to generate my materials, I always instruct my AI to be clear. I always instruct my AI to be well detailed. In fact, if you see my last prompt, the prompt that generated this thing was like telling the AI, you know the kind of students I have because I already explained to the AI weeks ago. So I said, you know the kind of students I have. So you have to be well detailed. The results have to be well detailed and simplified. You get another example is hacker prompts. It's always efficient. Now, when you say hacker, I know you guys should know that an hacker is a job. You have what they call CH, certified ethical hacking. So when you hear hacker, don't just go crazy. Oh, hacker, hacker. No, don't do that. Hackers are actually it's actually a line of work. You understand? We have black hats, gray hats, white hats. Depends on which one you belong to. But if you want to use hacking prompts, it's always efficient, technical, and very fast. Technical with your head, logical, very fast. A storyteller, that one, your prompts should explain creativity and it should be personal rich. You should be able to define characters. If you're going to be giving off a storyteller vibe, you should be able to develop, properly describe each character in your story. Then safety first. That one, you're playing on the safe part. You have to be bias aware. This is for people like journalists. Yeah. People that are like journalists, like I don't know, I can't really think of any other like media personalities, people writing stuff for media houses. I think that yeah, writers you get that are writing stuff like about people or occurrences. You have to be bias aware. So you don't go and write what to cover you or what you put you in trouble. You know you're in Nigeria. They say you should write an article on corruption in Nigeria. You go and tell AI to write article for you. You are not aware of bias, or you are not bias aware. The AI now went to go and do mistake and be abusing Tinubu, or went to go and be saying Tinubu is the leader of all corruption faculty. You enter trouble. You understand? So you have to be bias aware and you have to be ethical. So you know what you say. Like for newscasters, you have to know what you say if you're going to be using AI to write out your there's this thing they call teleprompting for media houses. That's people that read news. You know, people that read news actually use AI to generate those stuffs. So when you see them looking at the screen, you think they are looking at you and they are reading the news off it is a lie. They're actually looking at the screen in front of them that is giving them, that is teleprompting them on what to say. You understand? Even some even go as far as teleprompting them to take a deep breath. After reading this, you see they read and do, understand? It is called teleprompting. So you see the use of AI is very broad. So, and when you are doing that, when you are reading those types of news, you have to be bias aware and ethical. You have to be, I know you guys know the meaning of ethical, taking things into proper consideration before saying them. Understand? So the AI will already do that for you, and you just read. So moving on, I want to really help you guys as much as possible with your LinkedIn. Okay, moving on. Step three, package your prompt work. Create a micro portfolio. Create a small portfolio, 3 to 5 prompts or 3 to 5 prompt styles. You understand? You can give yourself examples of like your best prompts so far that's giving you good results. You get, keep them, asterisk them somewhere in bold. So those prompts now will be the basis or the examples you use when you want to prompt next time, depending on if you are still prompting in that particular style. You understand? Like me now, I'm using tutor style to teach you guys, but when I move over to my PC to develop something, I change my style. You get, so if I, in case, if I was a student and I didn't want to forget this style, I have to keep the kind of prompts I used to generate these materials for you guys. I have to keep them. But me, I don't need to do that. But for beginners, you need to do that. You get. So input examples is still the same thing. Understand? Examples of your prompt. Then output screenshots, the results you got from those prompts. Now, if you're using LinkedIn, LinkedIn is automatically a portfolio for you to drop all these things there. After 2 years, you go back and you start reading your prompts and you'll be laughing at yourself. Hey, sweet, how the type for you. You understand? Then a summary of your results. All this should be on your LinkedIn. All this. Here's my board. Here's my board. Yeah. All this should be on your LinkedIn. This like this. Sorry. It should be on your LinkedIn. This LinkedIn should be your micro portfolio. Understand? The prompts you use, input examples, what the input examples of the prompts you use, the output screenshots, the result summary should be on LinkedIn. Now, there's something I do. This is mostly because I'm into software development. So I create README. If you are a software developer, an app developer, a web app developer, you know what you call README. README is like a an instruction you give to people that want to use your softwares, your application. So that's why it's always advisable. Read is like the manual of your application or of your software. But this time around, in this case, the manual is for you yourself. Understand? In your README now, when you create your README should have what is the purpose of this endeavor I'm going on, or this project I'm embarking on. Then this is the purpose. I want to develop this. Then your input. Understand? The things you like, your input should be, example, what you are writing or what you feed into the AI. Example, your ideas. Understand? Your ideas will be the input. Then the prompts you developed based on those inputs or based on those ideas, you also feed that there into your README. Then your output, the results the AI gave you. Then your safety notes, what you wrote down, like, okay, when I did this and I got this, this is what I noticed. You write it down. Then tuning tips. I call it tweaking also. Tweaking tips. That's tips you feel you can write it down that, okay, in order to get this, I actually this like this. and I got this result. So next time, take it into consideration, aesthetic this, always do this. You understand? In order to fine tune your results. Now, oh no, let me erase this. Let me erase all this. Okay. So now your prompt is a product. So you should always show how your prompt works. Always show how your prompt works. When you do something, always show the before and after. The before, the processes, and the after. You understand? Like I said, this is for your online professional presence. You should know all these things in order to develop your presence online. It's not just opening LinkedIn account and thinking you are running Facebook. I have always said it, LinkedIn is not Facebook. Oh. If you put anyhow picture on LinkedIn, forget it. If your LinkedIn profile is anyhow, forget it to generate money for you. Just forget it. Just be using it to chat with people. So moving on. Example, prompt example, tutor persona. Now, look at this. You are a friendly patient coding tutor. Now, this is your input. Understand? You are the one inputting this into the system now. You are a friendly patient coding tutor who explains with analogies and simple steps. Number one. Then you now go explain recursion using a stacking box, using a stacking boxes analogy, and show two short Python examples. Now, do you know that the result you get will be friendly? Oh, ah, don't let me go and start explaining offend. This is it here. The result is going to be clear, beginner friendly. You're going to get a clear, beginner friendly explanation. Of course, because your input is already, you're a friendly patient. You've given the AI an idea, you understand, of the kind of style, of the kind of tone you want it to reply you with. You're a friendly patient coding tutor. You get, you are. This is who you are. This is how you're going to be explaining with and simple steps. You get, so explain recursion using a stacking boxes analogy and show to. So the result will be clear, beginner friendly explanation. That's what you get. The style you get, the style of the result is going to be persona plus analogy plus examples. Persona, you are, the analogy, and examples. This prompt teaches better than most humans everly, because it will actually break down everything for you in a friendly way. Some people used to use teach me like I'm 5 year old. You understand? Just to be able to get the AI in the mood, in the style of teaching them like they don't know anything. You get? So moving on. So, share without overcomplicating. Now, like I always tell you people, post your wins, no matter how small. Last year you could not prompt. This year you are better by half. Post it. Post your prompt snippet, the result screenshot, one line tip, as if you are giving people advice, something you've discovered. This one will boost your engagement. You understand? Because you're not just posting, oh, I did this, I did this. No. You're telling people, don't give people all your source. No. But give them a tip, like something important, something you know will be important to people, like, oh, I discovered this while doing this. While I was making up this project, I discovered this. This is something that many of you won't take note of. You just be prompting for results. No. You have to take note of those little things you actually did that and that made your AI give you a perfect result. Now use consistent handles plus hashtags. Now, in the social space and in the professional space, we cannot underestimate, we cannot uh, over explain the importance of hashtags. Example, uh, Sonny, you just developed that structural design. When you post it on LinkedIn,
Yes, sir.
always use something like structural designer or whatever it is you're going to be using. But it must be consistent with many of your posts. It might not be all, but it should be consistent with many of your posts. What you are doing is You are building an hashtag that is like a coven online, such that when people, one way or the other, when they search structural engineer, they will see your work. It's just like on Instagram. If you want your post to go viral, you use a viral hashtag. You understand? Because why? Because that hashtag is what people are looking for the most online at that particular time. You see this hashtag has 1 million views because that's what people are searching for at the moment. So you this time around, you are creating a trend for yourself. By the time you keep on posting repeatedly and someone else posts, he sees that, oh, one other person has been using structural something something and it has had 20,000 views or uses. And he says, oh, let me check out people that have been doing this thing. Then he sees your work, your work, your work, your work, your work, your work everywhere. So maintain consistency. Example, hashtag prompt engineering, hashtag tutor prompts. You understand? Offer free templates to build trust. You can, this one is for people that do LinkedIn now, people on LinkedIn, professionals. It's not every time you just post, 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 post. Sometimes you post, you can, if you are developing websites, you can post, you can develop a full, simple website that does something unique. Then just drop the link, upload it somewhere, the zip file, upload it on Google Drive or something. Then drop the link on LinkedIn. Explain the link. Oh, I designed a website for grocery stores to calculate their gross earnings. This. You can, I dropped a sample or a template for it. This is my Google Drive link. This is the link to it on Google Drive. People will click, people will engage you. When people start using it, always put your mark on that sample. Put your mark, put something like that, identifies that you did it. That way, when they use it, they see that, oh, this thing is actually nice. Maybe I can get this guy to build me a personalized version. Then they start coming to you to talk about, oh, how much will you take to build this thing for me? You see, what I'm teaching you now today is just you growing yourself online as a professional in every way possible, sourcing for that financial stability online. And we are going to definitely get there. Moving on. Okay. Show safety and reliability. Add guardrails. If user asks for medical advice, refuse and redirect. This one is for people in the medical line. Number one, no, sorry, for people not in medical line. For example, now, imagine GT is using AI to study or to create content for African herbs, the usefulness of African herbs, what this one can be used for, what that one can be used for. And Sonny knows GT. You understand? If someone sees that Sonny is peradventure post something like let me see something that is related to something in that somehow related, though Sonny is doing structural design, then the person now comes, oh, that wood. Do you know what they can use that wood for? Something, something. If Sonny should start saying something like, oh, you can use it for this and start sounding like a professional in a field it does not. I know the example is not that strong, but let's just manage it. The idea is don't give advice in a field that is not your own. Instead, refer them to someone else, redirect them to someone else. Refuse, oh, I don't know. But I have someone that does. His name is who? His name is GT. This is his LinkedIn handle. You can contact him. He's a professional in that field. If someone comes to Sonny now and says, oh, I'm looking for, I see you're doing prompting. Can you teach me how to become a prompt engineer? GT himself is learning how to be a prompt engineer. You understand? But he's developing himself in a particular field. He's not a tutor. He's developing himself in a particular field, probably in the web design aspect of prompt engineering. You understand? If GT now says, oh, I can teach you, that is bad. Instead, what should you do? You should refer them to a professional you know. That's what they call guardrails. Don't involve, remember, this is professional, it's not a market square. Do not involve yourself in what you do not know about, especially on LinkedIn. Once you see somebody that is asking you for structural design and you're a website developer, Don't go and start saying because of that you want to learn how to use AI to do structural design in order to satisfy that person. You understand? Instead, refer the person to Sonny so Sonny can handle that person. You understand? That's what they call guardrails. Another one is show edge case handling. What happens if input is blank? Now, in this case, now you are saying you are giving them an explanation, or it's also like a tip. If you do this and you don't get this result, this is probably the problem. You should do this. That means, example, if you if you are creating a bot and you are inputting without getting output, sorry, you should check the handlers. That's like a tip. You should always check your functions handlers. And if that is not the problem, then check another thing. You understand? You are giving them tips. It's still the same thing that is next. Include how to adapt tips. To use this prompt for history, change the subject line. To use this prompt for structural design, change the subject line, change the composition. You understand? So safe prompts equals trusted prompts. That's what we end it with. Safe prompts equals trusted prompts. You have to learn how to stay safe with your prompts. You understand? The more you use safe prompts and you put your safe prompts out there, the more the prompts are people trust you and people trust your prompting. So moving on, building your prompting brand assets. Now, this is for we prompt engineers now. Like we are trying to build our professional brand on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is still going to be our use case in this case. Now, first of all, your assets are stuff like your bio, your portfolio, your templates, your socials, your imagery. You understand? Your bio on your LinkedIn, your introduction. I think I spoke to you people about this. Now, what is the use of a bio? Your bio is what quickly introduces you to people. Who are you? Many of you have set bio on LinkedIn already. You've told people who you are. That's why you see I was telling people to be accurate. You are a prompt engineering, put into brackets, student, or prompt engineering student, or AI prompt engineer into brackets, students, or in progress. Giving people quick tip like let them know you're a student so they don't come to you for excess things beyond your knowledge. Your portfolio, the use of your portfolio is to show what you have been doing so far. You understand? Your templates, that is the one I said you can be giving people for free. It should be sample, it should not be too complicated. You understand? It should not be something it's like something that should be sold, but you're not giving it for free. No, don't do that. It should be something that you know that people can use, useful to people, but you can still afford to give it out for free. Example is TXT or your notes that you used when you were creating your project. Now, your socials, that's your visibility. Understand? That's your results, the prompts you used, your hooks, screenshots, and so on and so forth. Same goes for imagery. Images, visuals, AI generated images. Understand? Or also screenshots of everything you'll be doing so far, what people can see, understand, and be able to relate with who you are or what you are doing, or your line of work, your niche, your domain. They see that example now. Once someone sees that Sony uploads that structural design, instantly in their head, they will think Sony is a structural designer or an architect. You understand? This is your brand. Now you have branded yourself now, unknown to you, as someone with vast knowledge in structural architecture. Unknown to you, you are developing a brand. You understand? GT, all the designs of websites you've been doing. Once you start putting it out there, people start writing you because why? They think you're a professional website developer. Even if they know you are using AI, they don't care. They know that you are effectively using it. You are different. And the fact that you're using AI will lead to them believing that you can be faster and you can be less error prone. Yeah, I can use that, less prone to error. So let's move on. Finally, we are going to take quick template examples. Oh, this is very, very on time. So, bio, I design prompts that help audience get outcome using, okay, no, that's not. I design prompts that help students get good grades using tutor prompts. Uh-huh. You understand? That's the kind of example that this should be on your bio. I am a software developer. I use ASAP.NET to develop web-based apps for grocery stores. Understand? That should be on your bio. So people know that, oh, that's a bad guy there. Next, README. The purpose, like I said, README is like a manual to your, you keep quiet, sir. README is like a manual to your software. That's for software developers. But in this case, it's a manual to you yourself as a prompt engineer, your capabilities. Now, your README for a particular project should be something like the purpose of this project is to do this, this, and this. This is the input is this. You understand? Just like the input we gave in the last one, in the last example, as a user-friendly whatever. You understand? This is the input I want to put. This is the what I want to input. This is the idea. Let's put it like that. This is the idea of how to execute this project. This is the prompt based on the idea I had to execute the project. This is the output I got, and these are the safety measures I put in place to ensure that my software or my website is accurate or is durable or is safe to use. Now, social post. This is the one that gets engagements, the one that sells you out. Now, problem. The problem is this. When I prompted, this is the result. Do you want the templates? DM me. You understand now? The problem was creating a military grade website. This is the prompt I used. This is the results I got. If you want these templates, send me a DM and I'll send it to you for free. You can send for free for 50 times. When people become used to getting it from you for free, if you start selling your template for $20, if 100 people have been contacting you before on a regular basis, once you put your things outside there, that, oh, DM me if you want it for free, 100 people are contacting you regularly to collect those templates from you. The day you put, this is not free, but it goes for a token of $20, inside those 100 people, 50 will still contact you for that $20. And before you know, you're making $1,000 on just selling a template. You understand? On just selling a template. But the trick is this. When you tell people you made $1,000, they'll start saying, oh, you be big man, oh, you're a rich man, oh, you are this, you are that. But they've forgotten that you've actually, some people even go as far as saying, now grace. But they are forgetting that you've been working hard and you have been distributing your hard work for free. Now, take a look at this class now, this current class we are in. Imagine, imagine this class now is free. Everybody is learning from the class. By the time I get tired, let's say I get tired of doing a free class and I start putting a price tag, the people that will say I'm wicked will say I'm wicked. But the people that will pay based on the knowledge they've seen others get from the class, or based on the knowledge they've seen that people who pass through the class have, or based on the impact or the outputs they've seen that my students have had, if I put a price tag on it, it's not everybody that will pay, but people will still pay. And at the point that people will still pay, it is no longer free service. I'm getting paid. That is the same analogy here. It works very well on LinkedIn. Very, very well. Initially, you are building websites. You are giving people free templates. You are designing pictures or you're building AI agent that designs pictures. You are giving people the template for free. You are building uh, prompts for AI agents. Example, prompt for AI agents that will do customer service on websites. You are building those prompts. You are giving people for free. The moment you start putting all the prompts in a zip file and you say, oh, first 20 people to DM me will get, normally I should sell for 50. Normally I'm selling this for $50. But the first 20 people to DM me will get it for $35. People that will DM you for it. And at that point, it is not just a free template anymore. It is something that is now generating you income. So when we say it's actually easy to make money, but it's still not easy to make money. Why? Because you have to critically think and you have to actually work. You will do many free things. Yes, it's part of it. You will make free websites. You will design free pictures. You will do many free things. But don't forget, all those free things you are doing, you are getting engagement. You understand? Example, Mommy Elizabeth, if you if you design, if you use your AI now to generate a guideline for consultation, for
Yeah.
consulting youths,
Okay.
and you start telling people on LinkedIn, this is for consultants, these are guidelines to follow in order to properly guide the youths in your community. If you want it for
Okay.
free, send me a DM.
Okay.
People send you a DM. Can I get the free ebook? Can I get the free guide? Can I get the free this one? Nobody will know you use AI to generate it, too. But you are generating it steadily. Let's say once
Mm-hmm.
in a week, you are giving out free ebook, free guidance ebook. And first time when you start, it might be just 3 people that will DM you, 2 people, 1 person, nobody. You understand? Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You keep posting about your consultant agency. You keep posting about your wins, like example, your badge, the certificate you got from this and this. You keep posting. Then
Okay.
you go again and post your ebook. I'm giving out this free ebook, a consultancy guide for beginners, blah blah blah
On
blah.
mental health. Yes, you're right.
Something like that. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it for free, send me a DM. Send people do it on Instagram. In fact, some of you have seen it, but you don't just know that this is what the person is doing.
Mm.
People who are getting it for free, yes. But one day you will put a price tag on it. And those people that were taking it for free will actually pay for it. Because why? They've tasted it. They've tasted it and they've seen what it could do. They see that it is useful. They will pay for it. If 100 people have been taking it for free, if 10 people out of 100 people pay, it is something. Before you know, 20 people are paying for the next one. And when you are giving it out for free, always let them know that as you are taking it for free, kindly give me a, what they call it, a good review, either by commenting on the link that you are sending or on your post.
Okay.
Kindly engage me. You understand? This is the link to the free ebook. Kindly give me a like. Kindly give me a repost. Kindly give me a comment. You understand? Kindly give a good remark. You understand? The more people are remarking, all those things are adding together, building your online presence. By the time you put price tag, people will buy it. Even people that have not taken it for free before, excuse me, will still come and buy. Because why? There is history that you were giving for free. People were remarking it for being good. There is history. So people will pay that have never even tasted it for free before will pay for it. Hope you guys understand. To be a
Yes.
professional is not so hard, but it is strategic and it takes time. That's why I said at the
Mm.
beginning, instead of pursuing money first, if you know you are
Do
getting into
free.
the professional scene, pursue knowledge. It will take time, but it doesn't take anything from you. Pursue knowledge first. The money will come automatically. Hope you guys understand. So, quickly,
Yes.
I think with this, I'm going to, yeah, we've come to the end of this session. So, now, questions based on this class first. If there's no question based on this class, my LinkedIn people start asking me questions. Let's know how we'll do with you guys. Fast, 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 so I can go for my work.
Sir, I have a little question or ask. Should I call it little?
Is there
Let
anything
me
like a
ask.
little question?
That is why I'm listening. So little. But let me just ask.
Okay.
Uh, this hashtag, eh?
Okay,
Then
hashtag.
you,
Okay.
will it be only based on what I post at that particular period at that time,
Now,
or it should I don't
okay, yeah,
huh?
continue, continue.
No, that is it. And before I go talk another rubbish, but that
Finish.
is the
You finish the rubbish you want to talk. Finish it.
no, thank you. I think that is the point I want to make, sir.
Okay, ask the question again.
The hashtag,
Mm-hmm.
will it be based on what I post at that particular time? Or, hey, I don't go put or again. Just that. Thank you.
Nkechi, you are hiding at the back. I found you. No problem. I did not know when you snuck into the class. No problem. Sonny,
I was having bad connection.
no
Sir,
problem, no problem. You're welcome. I don't know how I want to do you now, but no, Allah. We know how GT can explain to you, or you can meet Sonny in the class. They can brief you on it. Now, to Sonny's question, everything, na sense. Everything is what is brain work. This is what you're going to do. Do not use more than 5 hashtags. Dedicate two
Mm,
hashtags out of those 5 to consistency. What do I mean by consistency? In all your posting, hmm, always endeavor to
mm,
use those 2 hashtags first. You understand? Dedicate another 2
mm,
to popularity. Why? Because if you use 2 hashtags that are popular, it will draw people from that niche of that hashtags to your own post. You understand?
mm.
Then one
Yeah.
hashtag is freestyle. I don't know what to peg it on, but you can freestyle with that. But
Okay.
remember, you should not use more than 5 hashtags. You can dedicate 2 for consistency or 1 for consistency, but there must always be a consistent hashtag in your post. You
Mm,
understand? 2 for
mm,
consistency, 2 for popularity. Then 1 should be freestyle. You understand? Or just use 3.
mm,
1 for consistency, 2 for popularity. Or use 2. 1 consistent, 1 for popularity. You understand? Just so why
mm,
you're doing that is this. You see that your consistency is unique to you or your niche or your domain. The one for popularity will
mm,
drag people from other domains or from that popular domain eh, to that your consistency domain.
mm.
You understand? Now, the
Okay.
popularity can change. The popularity does not need to be consistent. It does not need to be hashtag prompt engineer, hashtag punch engineer every time. Because you know prompt engineering is popular. No. You can be even stealing it hashtag Afrobeats. You steal from the musical line or steal from a line that is closely
Mm,
related to your niche, but it's not your niche. But you feel like these people
mm,
can be interested in what you do. Example, if you are doing something like website developer or you're a website developer, you can put your hashtag, let's say example, your consistent hashtag should be hashtag web developer and hashtag
mm,
let's say something, I don't know what to think of now, but let's just use hashtag web developer. You can now go to the niche of people that are doing software engineering, even AI prompt engineering. You can go and steal their own hashtag and use when you are posting today.
mm,
Tomorrow, you go and steal hashtag again from people that are developing Telegram bot and web apps. You steal it and put in your post again. But that web developer is consistent. You understand? You're just stealing
Okay.
popular hashtags from different people, places and putting it
Mm,
to channel your own agenda. You understand?
okay.
So hope you know how to structurally use hashtags now. Don't just pack hashtag and be using
yes,
hashtag anyhow, be using hashtag anyhow. Mm-mm.
That
Your
is
own
now.
hashtag,
That is sorry. Oh.
your own hashtag is your own consistent hashtag. The popular one is what you steal from different niches that are related to your niche. In fact, sef, if you sometimes steal from niche that is not related to you, but you know it's very popular, 10 million views, steal am. Carry that hashtag, put it in your post. Draw crowd to your post. Why? So people can just see your post and engage it. You understand?
Yeah. That means I want to say something too.
Mhm.
That means now it's better now. I make up my mind on what aspect of this
Of course.
um yeah.
Of course.
I don't know the right word, but it's better I make up my mind so that I will be consistent in that most time. I
See,
don't
you are learning something now. Anybody else?
know.
Anybody else? Is there no one else? Is there no one else? Nkechi, I saw you turned on your mic. What did you want to say? I saw your mic.
Um,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say this. It's just that I didn't enter the class early, so I'll go and watch the video later
Okay,
so I can understand it.
no problem. Anybody else before we move on to LinkedIn? Okay, nobody. I'm going to stop the recording now so we can move to LinkedIn.